We are currently in the middle of a full kitchen renovation, and we are sharing weekly videos on this process.
All right, drawer boxes today. So I've got a way that I'm making mine, and it might be a little different than any other way, so it might be worth checking out. So I'm cutting the plywood to the heights of the drawer bank. So basically every bank of drawers, I'm cutting all of the drawers at once, and then I'll process them that way.
Do you know how many drawers there are altogether?
I have counted them.
But you forgot?
It's 20 something.
Wow, that's a lot of drawers.
Mm-hmm.
Deep drawers, shallow drawers, right? All varying sizes.
I have both of those types.
Okay. And so what you're doing right now is processing all the drawers on one day or on 1 week.
Yeah, I did this. I did all the milling in a day.
So what are you doing here as you cut through the edge?
So I'm putting a curve cut. So when the router blade hits the plywood, it doesn't splinter it and send the veneer into straw. Basically, it'll turn it to straw if you don't put that first cut in.
And that's what you're doing here.
I've done the cut on the table, so I'm using the router bit. So they're interlocking bits. I run the sides vertically like this, and then later on I'll do the fronts and backs, and they run flat along the table.
And this is the bit that you said shouldn't work on this, but it works because of how you did it.
Exactly. Yeah, it works on hardwoods, and if you put it straight onto plywood, it'll just turn it into like spaghetti.
What are you cutting here? Are these the sides or the?
These are the fronts and backs now, maybe.
Okay. Backs and fronts and backs?
Yeah, I always do the back first, and then I roll my leg over and get in front. And
no one knows what he's talking about here. He's warming up for the cut.
So yeah, I'm doing the fronts and backs now. See, it's running horizontally on the router. I have to adjust it to it. It doesn't run.
That's how it locks in right there.
It's like holding hands.
Holding hands. It's a friendship situation.
Like we're going to be a drawer forever.
We're together forever, hopefully. The kitchen will stand the test of time. So now what are you doing here? You're cutting all the...
So I did the first pass, and I left the plywood longer so that if I made a mess on the router table by accident or something, that I could actually have a second chance.
This is my favorite part right here. Grant's putting the quiet headset thingy on Levi. Earmuffs, he calls them. And now what are you doing with the wood here?
So this is a joiner, and it just cleans up it can straighten a board, or it can also just clean up your saw marks, which I'm doing. You can see the burn that's from my table saw.
Okay.
And
you're cleaning that off.
So yeah, I give it a few passes, and it's just like takes a really fine layer off.
And is that because people will see it, or is that because...
Yeah, I was going to edge band, like put a wooden edge on the tops of all these drawers, but there was too many of them, and it just would have taken way too long. So I was like, no.
We're not doing it.
Not doing it. People can just get used to looking at
People can just not deal with
plywood and just don't open my drawers.
Do we need to worry about water hitting it without the edge band on it or anything like that?
I'd be worried about water hitting it. I'd be like, why is there water hitting my drawer?
I'm just wondering if something were to spill.
Kids, take the hose outside.
If something were to spill, if you don't have the edge band on there, does it affect it?
It's fine.
It's okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What is this tool called?
It's a joiner, or it can be called a jointeur or a joiner, and you can fight over that.
Jointer or joiner. This is cool because our neighborhood had a neighborhood garage sale day. I don't know what you want to call it, yard sale weekend. And one of our neighbors was giving this away. He just said free.
$0.
$0. And he saw Grant and said, hey, I know how you're always sawing stuff down there and working on everything. So he gave it to you.
I pushed it home. It has wheels on it.
So. Has wheels on it. So we rolled it home, and you actually have been using it.
Yeah, except the blades need sharpening, because I tried doing the same thing with the maple face frames, and it didn't work. It didn't work. It just made a mess. So
yeah, but I mean, I think it's pretty cool that you've been able to use this. And he was just going to throw it away because he said there was no value for him, right? I think.
It was made in 1952. No, I think it's from the 40s. It's not.
It was like his grandpa or dad's or grandpa's or something. Somebody gave it to him and whatever. So I think that's really cool.
Oh man, those look like those. I'm cutting the kerf for the drawer bases, the bottom of the drawer. I don't have a dado stack on. I could get a dado stack, so I'm just cutting them one slice at a time. This is for the 1/4 inch.
So you can see it fitting together there.
So that'll be the base. This is a test. Obviously, that's not the bottom of the drawer, but that groove will go around the whole drawer, and then the base will slide into it when I'm putting it together.
Okay. And the base is a lot thinner than the side.
But only on the top drawers am I using the 1/4 inch plywood, and I'm using 1/2 inch plywood for all the big drawers.
Is that typical? To have it thinner on the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just doing kind of typical drawer?
Yeah. No. No one's done drawers like this.
Okay. But I mean typical style, like widths and stuff.
The widths are what they are.
Okay. I know nothing about this, so. What are you doing now? You're putting it through
I'm doing the same thing, but for the 1/2 inch bottom. So I'm using my router table.
This again?
No.
Not that.
Just for the drawer assembly. Let's do it.
And now you are gluing it up.
Gluing it.
And you're only showing, I think, one box being glued up.
I should have showed all of them.
That would have been an editing nightmare for me.
This one is going to go right above the previous one.
Oh my golly.
Let's see that in slow motion.
Okay, realizing that no one can see what I'm doing here. So that is a hazard whenever you're filming anything. If you have a YouTube channel, you know this. All of a sudden you realize that the camera is pointed in the wrong direction, or it's pointed at your butt or something.
Are watching to see my face and not what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think people do want to see your face. That's why we're here now.
The bottom sliding into the groove, and now I'm going to put the last piece on.
And it's going together. So was this easy? I know I don't want to say easy.
So with that drawer lock bit, putting the drawers together is a lot quicker because everything just kind of snaps together, and it all came out square, and I didn't have to really try hard to make it line up. It just squeeze, put some tape on it, put a clamp on it.
You said this was not the typical way of making drawers because most people don't do this thing. And
well, the drawer lock bits, there's lots of ways to do drawer boxes.
Okay, there are different ways.
Yeah, there are. There's many ways. I thought about a few things. I already had the bit for the router, so I figured that would be the cheapest because I've already got it. And then I decided instead of making each like milling each one, like I did that the first time when I did the pantry, and I did an edge banding on that, which it looks nicer, but to do 25 or whatever drawer boxes, that would have added like a week.
Yeah.
And then when I'd have to like finish those with a clear coat or something, and so no, it's a lot. So I just figured, who cares? It's a drawer box. Just get used to it.
Also, if you were to do it a different way, a more traditional way or something, not using the interlocking thing and all that, would it have taken longer, or just it's all about the same amount of time?
I think the way I did it is the fastest way I could think of, and still be strong.
So then you just did this for every single one of them.
Yeah.
And that took days? Glue. How long did that take?
It took a couple of days because I've only got so many clamps. Oh, there they go.
And there we go. Grant came up with this idea to stack them like this, which I think is really cool. And film it like this.
And they're still there now. Alright, so that should be enough drawer boxes to put some of our stuff in. Don't you think?
Maybe, we'll see.
Big air. Big air.
Huh?
Big air over here.
Big air. Yeah, well, I just got done with the whole potty situation.
Not really a potty situation. It was like, should have been a potty situation.
Bathroom explosion with kids. You know the one. You know the one. That is a lot of drawers. But don't worry, we're not going to keep them right here. They'll be throughout the whole kitchen. And instead of doing a lot of the cupboards, we're doing the drawers. And I'm really excited about it. I can't wait. Those drawer boxes are still sitting in that exact same location in the kitchen to the right of the pantry. And we are at this point now where you said we might be able to get to the next step, which is demo and all that pretty soon, right?
I'm getting pretty close to that. I've got a few things to do. I've got just some final things to finish off. And then, yeah, we'll be pretty much ready to start soon. The temperature's cooled down. It's time.
Also, the question is, how long does, from this point where everything's made on your side, and then we go into the demo and all that, how long from when you start demoing to all the next things happening? Are we talking like a month, 2 months, 3 months?
How long's the ball of string? You got to roll it out and see, you know?
You just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we want to do it quickly because no one wants to have no kitchen for an extended period.
Yeah.
But there's a lot, because once we do the demo, we have to have plumbing, electrical, and drywall. Drywall's a few days, and then I've got to put a beam in and do a little bit of that work myself. So there's quite a bit to do before I can even bring the cabinets in, just because I'm one person.
Right. Well, there's two of us, but I'm more like the cleanup crew. Yeah. I'm not that helpful.
Okay, I like that.
What do you mean you like that?
Cleanup crew. But yeah, there'll be.
I got the vacuum.
I'll have quite a bit of work to do before I can paint it, and then hopefully we can get the sink in and hooked up, and the oven.
Yeah, on. I don't know how, but you're not. This is what I said to you. I don't envision us cooking
while I'm painting it.
While we're like in the middle of everything else. That's just, no countertop. So I think it's just we would just be doing something else for the kitchen, maybe the garage or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I have a shameless plug. Here we go. We made t-shirts. Wood Glueru. Okay, I'm going to flip around here. And, okay, can't see it because of my hair. But look, we got t-shirts.
My one looks the same.
Yeah, same in the back. So we're going to have this linked below in the description box in case anyone wants a Wood Glueru t-shirt. And we will be wearing these as our uniforms. Just kidding.
Yeah. So
it's kind of fun.
The first 10 callers get half off. Half off. You can take off the top half or the bottom half. We'll probably crop it right in the middle. Half off the shirt.
There's going to be a link in the description box down below in case you are interested in a t-shirt. But these are kind of just for fun, and you'll see us wearing them. And that's it. So thank you so much for joining us today on this video. You can follow along with all of the kitchen renovation videos by subscribing to our channel, and I will link the last few videos up here. So we'll see you in the next one.
No one's ever thought about selling a shirt. This is like a whole new thing.
It's new, so.
Everyone's going to be doing it.
All right. Bye.